Welcome to the Where My Dad's At podcast. We're in a new location. We're close to the pool. We're not at the pool because it's raining outside.
Yeah, it's raining.
And so we had to move it inside. But what better place for us to relocate than a room that's used for working out? A room here at one of Marco's facilities that he uses to train his clients and do his thing. And as a lot of y'all know, I am one of his clients. I'm not the most devoted client, but I'm getting back into it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I had my opportunity to go to the boot camp, and it was it felt like I got kicked with some boots. So but I'm Will. This is Marco. Again, this is the Where My Dad's At podcast. We got the man with the plan on the social media camera. So when you see the clips that look like some professional photographer came in and did some video for us, it's the man with the plan. It's Lil Marco. Y'all got to see him on the Father's Day edition.
Right.
The special edition we had on Father's Day where he got to be seen. So yeah, man, I'm just happy to be in here. We're working on getting some guests.
Yeah.
And that's something that we're going to do here very soon in the future. You're going to see some guests coming your way. We might have some educational rappers on here.
Yeah.
We might have some rap R&B legends come through here. We might have some titans in entrepreneurship come through here. Yeah. But you're gonna be entertained and you're gonna be pleased with who we bring through. So we got our dad hats on backwards so that we don't block out our faces.
But at least we got the fans and the AC.
That heat. Yeah. We are beating the heat today. The Where My Dad's At podcast. Yeah. You know, where my dad's at, we in the AC. So how things been going for you, man?
Man, so far, been pretty good. I've been, like I said, so far it's been like three weeks strong now doing my own boot camp. And I see a lot of people from my boot camp kind of slowly trickling over, kind of like they see the action. They're kind of like, oh, they can't miss this action.
Nice.
So yeah, it's slowly but surely picking up pretty well, man. So I'm looking for this special edition coming up this week. Will be the 4th of July edition.
Okay.
It's going to be here on Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Wait. Hold on.
Yep.
So we're not canceling?
No, man. We won't cancel them. I tell everybody come in, get a workout, and then after that, everybody can do their grilling and eat and drink all you want to. But you got to come see me first. That's the demand. I say it right here. It's demand. So.
All right. Well, I may have other plans.
That's all right.
You're going to take me away from the workout.
Hey, but look.
Wink, wink.
He says this, but he always get that one-on-one action before that, whatever.
For sure.
Right here, this room right here.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I actually, some folks from church are moving. So, you know, a bunch of folks from church, we're getting together. We're going to help them move that morning. Yeah. So when I'm not here, it won't be because I try to find an easy way out. I will still be lifting. I will still be getting some exertion, and so I won't totally take the day off.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the special holiday edition. What will be going on with that?
The 4th of July one. We're gonna do it's going to happen before this get put out anywhere, but they're actually going to do 2 miles on Thursday. So that's me. They're not going to be running the same route. It's going to be a different route. So pretty much, we make a joke. So when I say we're going to run from Suffolk to Portsmouth, I say so there's a line over here. That's Visa ODU. That's Portsmouth side. This is Suffolk. So when I said that to them, it was kind of, what? We got to run to Portsmouth. So yeah, so basically they got to run all the way to Portsmouth. They're going to go all the way towards that food line, come back around, back to Suffolk area. Okay. That's roughly 2 miles, 2.8, 2.10 miles.
Okay.
So they're going to get that, and then they're going to meet me at the fields. Of course, everybody loves my sled I brought, so we're going to do the sled action.
Right.
Can't forget the stairs. We're going to do some stairs. We're going to do what's called suicide. Well, I'm going to say crazy push-ups. Crazy push-ups, that mean everybody's going to have their own card in front of them. They're going to flip. When they flip it, that's your card you're going to do. My most famous card deck action.
Right.
I'm going to give out too much, because if I say too much, whatever, they probably be like,
Yeah, they might think, okay.
Yeah. But it's going to be good. And after that, I'm going to go on the grill for, me and my son sit outside, throw some,
Right.
just chill out, man, have a good time.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, I might have to swing through depending on what time we get done with the moving. I might have to swing through and just check y'all out. But
Right, for sure.
yeah, man. Like we were talking about, the boot camp is an awesome thing. So if y'all are looking to get out and like have a dynamic, interesting, fun workout and really, really test what you can do, this is a great place to come. It's a great person to be with because of his mind for this. Yeah. Like, it's not just somebody who I know how to do some workouts, or I'm in shape, so I can teach you. No, this is somebody who studies it, somebody who thinks it through, like almost like a mad scientist with it sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Like, you be in the lab with some of these workouts.
It's funny. No, it's not with that. I think if you're good at anything, you can sit. I could be sitting, like I'm talking with you right now. It's like the pop of my head, but like, oh, that's a good idea. You know what I mean?
No, that's a mad scientist, man.
I'll be thinking like, and everybody asks me like, wait, how you be coming up with these workouts?
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes I'll be sitting with my son, and I'm slamming him on the bed. I'm like, yo, that's a good exercise. Get somebody, you gotta slam him on. You know what I mean? Instead of being a body, it could be the sandbag. Like boom, boom. And guess what? I just made that up. I'm bringing my sandbag on Thursday.
That's his workout. Like Don't take it. Right. That's a Marco exclusive.
It's not like we got the ball toss. I got sandbags. I'm gonna bring them things, pick them up, slam them, because a sandbag is uneven, and it's heavy, whatever. So you gotta keep that posture. See, and truthfully, I just thought
it just came to you.
Yeah, it just came. It's just stuff like that comes to me like that. It comes to me like that. So when there's stuff like that, I've been doing it since. Man,
yeah. See, that's crazy how you do that.
TCC, since I was in TCC, whatever. Right. Even my professors was kind of like, when it came to doing like homework assignment, come up with a workout plan. Everybody sitting there like struggling or whatever.
Right.
I like do it then, and I answer right there. They be like, "Don't you want to go home and do it?" I said, "Look, you can look at it," and they'll look at it and be like, "Well, Jesus Christ, I never thought about this exercise in my life." Yeah. They're like, "Okay, Mr. Barnes, like this stuff." So I think anything you do, talented wise, if you're really good at your craft, it shouldn't come that hard to you. That's anything you do. So
that's for sure. That's a testament to that. That's a testament to that. How if you're blessed enough and fortunate enough to find something where you're passionate at, and then you put the work in, how far you can go in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So. So if you're good at your craft,
right,
and you want to get better at your craft, of course you got to put some work into it,
right?
So for myself, I see myself yearly getting better and better. What I do. Sometimes some trainers, I'm not trying to clown a lot of trainers, whatever, but some trainers they get stuck on the old things,
right?
And then of course the people they get bored, right?
They get bored, yeah.
So my thing is like, I try to make sure that all my members don't get bored. So I make it interesting. Sometimes I do games with it.
Right.
Like I think I came up with the golf ball with the half boys ball. You got to get the golf ball in the middle. I did see something similar to that online, but I kind of tricks it up a little bit. I'll say, what? Let's do head to head, and whoever gets it in the middle first, the other person got to do 10 push-up on the boys ball. Gotcha. And then it keeps on switching in.
Right.
It just something to make it interesting, keep everybody on their toes. But if you're looking for a different workout all the time, I'm definitely going to be the man for it.
That's what's up. Yeah. Team 757.
Team 757 Health and Fitness. It's going to be on Instagram and on Facebook too. We got our own Facebook page and Instagram page, so you can find us right there. And
that's one thing that I noticed too when you talk about like keeping it interesting and not getting boring. Because you let me be part of the team, and I get to see like the interactions between you and the team members. It's always awesome to see them pinpoint different exercises. And they were like, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do this one, or I really like that one, or that one. The next day I got up and I felt my muscles was worked out in a way I never felt before. So I see them like they can remember like specific exercises from each workout, so it's definitely not boring.
No,
you know what I mean. You're keeping it interesting for people.
You must be reading those comments a lot there. They put a lot of. I think Ashley.
Somebody said their hands were shaking. Somebody said their hands were shaking.
That was Ashley. That was from Saturday's boot camp, and I forgot what we did. We did a full body workout, but I did I can break down
Okay.
how I did this. So when you do push-ups, right? Everybody knows, you're flat on your stomach.
Right.
Your toes should be at a 90 and you're pushing up, right?
Right.
But a lot of people, when they do the push-up, they kind of rock forward on their toes and rock back. So it's kind of like cheating.
Yeah.
So what I came up was when I had the people put their feet flat against the wall.
Ooh.
Right? So they know that they're doing nothing but the upper body.
Right.
So their feet is flat against the wall, their butt is up, and I have them come down straight, push up, come up, down, push up. So they're using all upper body because their feet, it's not right there, it's not rocking, so it's all upper body. So we did that. I count down, I do 10, then we do 9, 8, so on, all down to 1.
Right.
Then we go from 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10.
Gotcha.
All right. So we did that, and after we did that, we went into arm curls. Again, they're tired already, right?
Right.
And I told them, load up your bars. It means heavy as you can do.
Right.
So they did 10, 9, 8, all the way down to 1,
right.
and then 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
So by the time she got there, whatever, the hands were shaking like it was crazy. So yeah. It was good stuff, though.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, like I said, for me, the first thing that pops into my mind when you talk about your workouts, is Pinky in the brain. So I see Lil Marco as Pinky and you the brain.
Right.
And Lil Marco be like, so Dad, what we gonna do today? And then you come through and you like, take over the workout world. You know what I'm saying? The same thing we do every day.
Yeah.
So like you coming up with a new way every time to push and improve and build.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know a whole lot, but I know that's one of the ways that you truly strengthen yourself. If you do the same exercise over and over again, your body gonna hit a wall, I would think.
It's going to hit a wall, then a brick.
Right.
Then whatever's behind the brick. It's just your body
It'll adapt to what you do.
It's called your muscles get adapt to a certain workout, and when it gets adapted to a certain workout, you're not getting the same results and build at the same time.
Right.
You have what's called muscle memory.
Right.
And the muscle memory is pretty much it's like for me, I could do 100 push-ups ease, right?
Right.
So when I get to 100, I'm like, all right, let's do 20 on top of that. And then when I say 20, all right, let me do 5 more. So you're pretty much trying to trick your body up. Also doing a different style of workout. Like some people,
a different variation, right?
Absolutely. So for me, I got kind of I look like I got the biggest thighs in the world, right? I can tell you this, I'm a PT trainer. I hate doing like certain squat exercises now that I'm getting older. Like my knees are saying like, hey, like, hey, can we do something else? Can you chill with this?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I listen to my body, right?
Okay.
Now getting into cycling.
Whole different thing.
Dude, my thighs be on fire. I sweat within 5 minutes drenching, and my heart rate always be in the yellow and the red zone. I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be my best friend for my legs right here.
Right.
Because I crank it up on resistance.
Okay.
To the point, like sometimes I can't go no more, and I gotta turn it back down, whatever. Wow. And that right there does your quads, does your glute, cardio as well. Sometimes if you wanna rock back and forth, engage your ab core. So I do that more than going to do squats and stuff like that. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I might do squats once in a while, but I have to switch it up just for my body can get different with a different exercise.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, it's definitely important to switch it up and change it up.
Yeah.
I think life is like that too with certain things. If you get used to a routine, then it kind of just gets boring and like you're not able to get the most out of whatever you're doing. It's like it's like that a lot for people like going to work and doing different things. And I mean, it can even be like that for people going to church or whatever. Yeah. You just get in this routine. So at some point, that place that you were going or that thing you were doing, like was changing you, improving you, testing you, whatever. But then you get to a point where it's no longer, achieving anything for you, and then you got to find a way to switch it up. So now when I go, what am I doing? How am I gonna make it better? So
it's kind of like I mean, I'm definitely switching it up right now. I mean,
Right.
it's I won't say I'm so for the Y. I've been with the Y forever,
Okay.
and I'm gonna probably retire probably from the Y. Who knows? Like whoever. But it be sometimes when I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, this. I could be doing something different.
Right.
I get bored. Right.
Right.
I'm a hardest worker, but sometimes I think I work too hard to the point I'm like, man, this is I'm bored of myself with
Right.
it. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of that's one of my homework assignments I'm learning from actually from my therapist. Actually, she told
Really?
me, yeah, I'm gonna when I'm gonna lease for myself so I won't get bored and within the work wise whatever. I'm gonna take 5 minutes of my time, walk around the building,
Right.
sit somewhere quiet, whatever, just to get my thoughts together, whatever. Because my mind mentally gets bored sometimes with doing the same routines at the job site.
Right.
So yeah, I'm recently practicing that right now. So
Okay.
yeah, so I won't get myself that bored.
That's good. That's good. That's interesting too.
Yeah.
One of the things that, for me, that keeps kind of coming up with the everyday things like that is like, what's your purpose?
Yeah.
Like finding a purpose, and I'm amazed at how a lot of times you're not really living up to your purpose in that place, or you're not even. That's not what you have in mind when you're doing these things. So it's like even being a parent. Like, what's our purpose as being a parent? It's not just to keep our kid alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's to build a legacy. It's to help. I mean, like, this sounds crazy, but as a parent, you're raising a human being that has to live around other people.
Yeah.
So, like, in a way, your small way, you're contributing to the world.
Yeah.
You're contributing to society.
Yep.
When you raise a well-adjusted,
Yeah.
well-mannered, polite young man or young woman, like you're giving something to the world, and I think we lose that purpose in anything in our life, whether it be as a parent, as a child, as a coworker, as an employee, whatever, just having that purpose and constantly like reminding ourselves of that purpose and seeking that purpose out is so important. So I'll be honest with you, like, at my age now, I can find a deeper purpose in everything I do. And that's taken a long time for me to do. So when you talk about the boot camp, for me, if I come to the boot camp, for me, I'm not in the greatest shape, but if I can be an inspiration, those birth ways, but a lot of times that purpose, again, is lost because in everyday life, there's so much going on that's just regular. I got to go get groceries. Yeah. I got to put some gas in the car. I got to pick my kid up. Got to do this, got to do this. And before you know it, all these years going by, and have you really lived to your purpose? Yeah. Have you put any attention to your purpose? And that's why so many people, I think, get to like midlife crisis. So like that purpose, finding that purpose in what we do. And I know your group is doing what your group is doing, but like a lot of times, like the people who in your group that have kind of try to support me and like tell me, Will, we need to see you. Yeah. They may not understand that like that's part of their purpose. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy and like, fantastic, but it's like you can save somebody's life. Like you saying something little as, Will, we need to get you out here too, potentially gets me out there, and now I'm working out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, and everybody has their own things that they're trying to get themselves to do. So a lot of times where somebody else works out on a regular basis, maybe they aren't a good communicator. So when they see somebody achieve something in one area, it helps them to achieve something in another area. I know I've been inspired by a lot of different people in a lot of different places. Right. And even though I wasn't trying to do the thing that they were doing, it inspired me to follow the thing that I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So again, to follow your purpose and again, follow your dreams. It sounds just so like fantastic or whatever, or whatever. But like your purpose, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because you talk about the workout thing, and how it came so easy to you to like do workouts and stuff. So to me, that right there, we as humans, we make it too hard to find our purpose. Like you found your purpose in something that was easy to you. Yeah. It wasn't like I got to go out here and be something glamorous. It was like, no, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
So why not follow this and use this and change people's lives while I'm doing this, including your own.
Absolutely.
Because it gives you purpose.
Yeah.
You get pride and stuff out of seeing your team members achieve and grow and stick with it and overcome, right?
Yeah, I just wish, sometimes I wish I would have caught it a little bit earlier. Which is, sometimes you gotta go through your journey. We talked about this on the first podcast when I was on. Like, I had to go through to find out on the cruise ship, from the cruise ship to going to the resort, working from the resort. You know what I mean? I found out too, I kept leaving my purpose. You know what I mean? I left it so many times. I was doing training before I went on the cruise ship.
Right.
But I did that for a reason, because of the situation I was in. I was getting myself into trouble.
Right.
But I had to leave my purpose for that time being to help myself out, right?
Right.
And then go to the cruise ship, came back, trained some more. Of course, I met my wife. I love my wife to death, and I said, this is where I want to be at right now. I want to store a relationship. I did that. Got Marco following along with this. So I was kind of like off my journey for a little bit, but I was on a different journey path at that time.
Right.
But luckily, with the Y and working with them, even when I was on the cruise ship, I kept a relationship with them, right? And they knew that I had those years in, and I was a real best employee, but I always kept my ties with the Y. And I always thought, what would happen if I didn't keep my ties with the Y? Probably been on a different journey, right?
Right.
But I kept it. But luckily, with the 3 years ago, a lot of people don't know that the Y that I'm working at was a privately owned YMCA. It wasn't,
I remember. They weren't part of the network.
No, right? So, everybody, and I can say the story now. People was getting fired left and right. And I was just like, oh, boy, I'm about to go on another journey, man. I was like,
because that's what happens.
Hey. And people were just leaving. They were taking the package deals and stuff like that. I think the COVID I was just like, oh, man, here we go. And I went home.
Everything just up in the air.
Oh, man.
Uncertainty.
That was the worst couple of weeks. I went home to my wife, like, look, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people are gone.
Right.
A lot of people got pushed out the door. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I might go on a different journey. And I remember we just got into these apartments too. You know what I mean? So I was barely, holding on by a string.
Right.
But I remember I got a phone call. It was like a 757, a Chesapeake number. I was like, oh man,
what is this?
It's the corporate. It's the corporate. And I picked it up, and they were saying like, hey, this is Marco. I'm like, yeah. His name is Dan, and he's the charge of all the fitness centers throughout St. Hampton Roads.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, while he's talking, it's loud. No lie. While he was talking on the phone, when I'm sitting there in the cubicle that I was at in the office, whatever, and I'm just putting stuff in the bag, like, oh, let's just go ahead and do whatever.
Man.
You know what I mean? He said that I heard nothing but good things about you. We're working with Carnival and going back and forth with the Y that when it was privately owned. I know you I did put in to be a manager, a regional manager, because I say, I got to do something showing me that, I'm committed to, doing anything, right?
Right.
They said that, well, I can't give you that position, but I can make you the fitness department manager of the Y. And I was like, really? And they was like, yeah. A lot of people said good things about you, the members and everything. Said you've been there since 2007, this and that. It showed, she said what got me, what showed was just because I didn't take I think we were like package deals, whatever.
Right, you didn't take the package.
I didn't take the package. I was just like, man, if I'm going to do this, man, I'm going to sucker it. And I did sucker it out.
You was like, I'm going to go down with the ship.
Yeah, I'm going to go down.
And then I'll find somewhere else to swim to if I have to.
Yeah. But I stood along, and they definitely boost up my pay. I was like,
nice.
I was like, okay, all right. And then after all that,
you could breathe a little bit.
I can breathe a little bit. And after that, I started training. Training more people, and then people heard about me, and then I started using this facility for stuff. And I just, ever since then, man, I've been on the ball. And so, you got to go through them journey paths, man. Sometimes you got to sweat a little bit.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, like, I don't know about you, But your shirt is what's making me think of it, right? Because for me, going pro at something was the goal at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get to a point where you understand how far off it is and how challenging it's going to be, and you decide whether you're going to work to that or not. And sometimes you have coaches or people pour into you and say, you can do this, you can do this. Yeah. Sometimes you got people that see potential to make money off you, say you can do this, you can do this. But I know you probably had a similar experience as to feeling like, well, maybe that's an option. Yeah. Maybe I can at least go to college playing sports or something like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes me look at your shirt, or when I look at your shirt, it makes me think about how many different paths they are. And I talk to my wife about this a lot of times. But doesn't mean just because that path might have been there, doesn't mean that was living in your purpose.
Yeah.
So you can take another path and you can potentially come back to your purpose, because being a pro athlete is probably a natural progression into being some kind of trainer or something like that. Yeah. But it's like how your life could turn out different. But now fast forward and you living in your purpose.
Yeah, man.
And it's, I'm not even gonna say probably, I know it's touching people and changing lives in ways that are different than had your path been different. Not that you wouldn't have done something regardless of which way you go, but like me being witness to it and just seeing everything. Yeah. Like I'm like, no, this is where he's supposed to be. Yeah. Even though times are hard sometimes, even though you went through some stuff. Yeah. But I think that some of the stuff you went through also points to this is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. You know what I mean? And not in a bad way. I'm settling for something I'm not achieving.
For sure. I mean, dude, I went through a rough journey to get where I'm at, and I'm still going through a journey. Right. It's not rough, right? But I'm still going through a journey for my path now to see what's going to lead me next, whatever. Because it's just it like a river, right? It changes different courses, man. Yeah. You hit rocks, is like that's pretty much what's going on right now. I think like you too. I have those thoughts, and I be like, man, what would happen if I would have did it like this? Yeah. If I would have did it like that. Oh God, if I did it like this, I would have been. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like, this is a good point. So, let's say I didn't go on the cruise ship. What happened if I just be like, you know what? I'm just going to wing it out here, man. Just go ahead and suffer and just go through it, right? Right. I thought about this. If I went and got on the cruise ship, Marco would not be here. Wow. I would have met my wife. Right. If I didn't met my wife, right, then Marco wouldn't be here. Right. Marco's one of the biggest part of why my journey it is, right? I had a step when Marco was born. It's like something came over me. It's a different, and I think all fathers have this feeling, especially I think we talked about during the other podcast, especially with a boy. Right. Something different, right? The feeling I think it was my first time actually feeling proud. That's what it was. Actually feeling proud. Oh, wow. More proud than my fitness. Wow. That was the feeling that I was feeling. And I use that word proud in therapy. If I'm having bad thoughts, I'm having a bad day, I tell myself proud. Right. I'm proud of this, I'm proud of that. Right. So good. If I wouldn't have took that path, my son wouldn't have been here, and I would not have been proud. I probably would have been in a state that I wasn't supposed to be at. Right. I probably would still getting in trouble. Right. Because now, I'm not trying to, knock people that went to school or whatever, but their paths, like, it could have been worse, right? Yeah. So, when my son was born, and I was that type of guy. I never cried. I kept everything inside, right? Right. When they placed Marco on my hand, I was like it's like a warm but tight feeling in my throat, and I was sitting there kind of like, what's going on? What's happening? What is this? What is this water? Watering down my face, whatever, right? And I'm sitting there like looking around, and I remember
that's hilarious. I love the way you describe it.
But that's exactly how it was, right? And then it's funny. I'm holding him, and I looked up my brother Marcus. He looked at me. He was like, "I know." And I was just like, oh, he looked at, and then what made it worse, my brother came and gave me a hug. We don't never hug each other. Wow. And I just, like, I turned into a baby in that thing. I don't care. You can put anything on that phone.
You know what I'm going to put in. That one clip of the dude.
Yeah. That's exactly the feeling I had, man.
I love it, man.
But if I didn't go on that ship,
right,
I would. You know what I mean? It would not be. And I'm glad that I went to Baltimore. I'm glad that I got stuck in Baltimore. I'm glad that I had to spend my last $200 that was in my checking account to get an airline ticket.
Eating them airplane peanuts.
Airplane peanuts, crackers, sip of water. I'm glad I did all that. I'm glad that I went to Florida and I didn't have nothing in my name. My bank account literally said 0 point negative. Right. I never saw a negative in my life. Right? I'm glad I went through all that. I'm glad that I had to go through all that because it led me through the paths of meeting my wife.
Right.
From meeting my wife, my wife kind of, I would say change, but she maneuvered me kind of like, well, why don't you try doing like this? Or like I was stuck like wearing like, I didn't have a lot of clothes, right? My name, right? Like I was wearing like jeans bigger than what I was supposed to, right?
Right.
It was like I didn't have clippers, so my hair was looking rough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My wife we was dating at the time, and I was going through my thing. I'm like, where my blue jeans at?
Right.
And I look at the trash can. I'm like, hey, I know I ain't trashed some things. Like, I trash them, whatever. And she went and she bought me some different pair of jeans. She said, you cannot be going around looking like she changed everything. And I was kind of like, yes, this is going to be the one right here.
Right.
Things. Of course, I'm glad the courses I took that course because I would not be where I'm at right now if I did not step on that cruise ship.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big. That's big.
Yeah. I'm sorry I got off court, but that's
because you hit on something really, really important there, man. When you said that everything that you just talked about and your purpose and your journey kind of wrapped up in one word, pride, and being able to find pride in the path that led you to purpose, and then being able to use that as your go-to, your mantra for when life is like busting you up. Pride, like I'm here, I made it here. Like there's nothing, this moment right here is not going to defeat me because I went through that. Yeah. So I'm supposed to be here and I got more to do. Yeah. Pride, like having people go their whole lives and never have a moment like that. No. Where they can truly feel like, hey, I'm supposed to be here. Yeah. I'm meant to do something. Yeah. I have worth. And that, like, we talked a little bit earlier about like the planes allowing people to have alcohol and stuff on the planes.
Oh man.
But like when you think about things that can devastate a family, alcoholism, drug abuse, abuse, a lot of those things all come back to somebody somewhere along the line, a family legacy of feeling worthless and purposeless. And then you just take it out on the next generation. You take it out on yourself and you take it out on the next generation. And you take it out on the next generation to the point where some people, and this might be hard for people to fathom. Some people, it hurts them and makes them angry and furious to see one of their children achieve something. Because inside, they don't feel like they're worth anything. So how dare you think you can be better and achieve? And another thing inside of them is saying, I wish I could do what you're doing. Yeah. So that's another thing that makes them angry and lash out at their child when all they need to know is you can do it too. Yeah. And you talked about the point about like wishing you had done it at a different time or seeing like if I had got myself squared away and thought about doing this early or whatever. That's all part of the story.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's all part of the story that makes the story worth it. That's all part of your legacy. and you'll pass that down to him, and he'll pass that down, and so on and so forth. Every life that you come into contact with, once they know that story, they take that story with them. Yeah. The ones who value it and it's worth something to them, they're gonna share it. Yeah. And it's gonna be valuable and worth something to somebody else. And the ripple effect of how this touches somebody somewhere somebody that you was on some cruise ship with, and you told the story how you end up on a cruise ship. Somebody somewhere that you came across in the Y, that person that called you and said, I heard about you at the Y and how you didn't take the package. So that's showing me something about you and what people are saying about you. Like, they go on and you never see them maybe or hear from them again. But that lives on. Like, you talk about like legends living on. But legacy, having that is big, man. Yeah, man. Like, and so finding that, and you're gonna have moments where it's not as clear. You can have moments where you lose sight of it. But being able to come back to it and then use that as like your foundation. Like almost like we talked about going down with the sinking ship. Being able to climb back on that purpose and that pride and say, look, we're gonna float this out. and then you end up on some, oh man, look where I'm at right now. I'm on this deserted island, but look, there's coconuts over there and there's fish over there, everything I need right here. And then before you know it, you done built up, you know what I'm saying, what you have built, what you have established, your legacy, man. Like it's building. It's definitely building up, man. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. I'm enjoying this ride. Well, I mean, like, and see, I believe a lot of times, like we up here and we talk about, you know, team marketing and stuff like that. And there's a lot of haters that would say, Will, all you doing is, you know what I'm saying, you riding his coattails, or you bigging him up. No, I'm part of that. Yeah. And my legacy, you part of my legacy too. Yeah. And like when we kind of lose that us against, you know what I'm saying, me against you mentality, it's kind of like, nah, why we can't. We riding each other, man. We picking each other. That's what I'm saying. Like, why can't we support each other through it and like help each other out, encourage? That's one of the biggest things that's missing, especially for black males. Like encouragement, man. Like we don't necessarily give each other that all the time, especially in public, in the open. Oh no, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to like support, and you see more and more movements like that now, and that's why they get so much attention. Yeah, because it's rare. Yeah, so like, you know, whatever anybody would want to say negative, obviously that excludes them from the conversations we having because they thinking something totally different. Yeah. But like, nah, we building this up together, and again, full circle, right back to where my dad's at. That's a rally cry. Yeah, man. For us to build each other like this and look out for each other and support each other and remind each other, pride. What you came through, what we came through, how we got here. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So. How you came from, bro? My first, I was going to that slide. Bruh. So from my first boot camp that you did, I'll speak on it. You can jump on it. So my first boot camp, I did it at Childrenand Middle School. Childrenand Middle School. Yep. And I think I only had my cousin Reggie, Miss Doris, Kendall. I think I had. Wasn't MJ there? No, it was Donovan. Which is with my cousin Boobie's son, and his wife Shawanda. It was just something like, you know, just MJ might not have been born by then. Who? Was he born? Yeah, MJ was born. Yeah, he was born. Okay. Yeah, he's older than Donovan. Okay, but that was just my first trying things out. Right. It wasn't successful, but for you, you know, you came in there, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. You know, you wasn't. I know you probably wasn't on the best eating habits at the time, whatever, you know what I mean? Which is fine. That's one part of the journeys, right? Right. And it wasn't your best training, I should say. You know, it wasn't your best training. But, you know, I remember you text me, you were like, oh man, like, what didn't he eat? You said you felt like you were gonna faint, this and that. I remember we had, you know what I mean? Like it was, you know, and I think it kind of, you know, discouraged you from a little bit, kind of like, you know what, man, I gotta find something else different, right? But the journey is, you came back around, you're like, you know what? I'm doing a podcast with Marco. I'm on a team, Marco. You know what? Let me do this.
I mean, when you walked on that field with him, you walked in like you were walking in a wrestling ring. I mean, tell you, the sunshine. You walked in, you had the little shoulder swivel. I was like, okay. I said, this is a different Will. Will's like, this ain't gonna happen part 2, whatever. You know what I mean? This man came in there. He walked 10 laps around the circle outside. He did the ladders. He did the band pull. The guy pulled me and my cousin on his sled. I mean, like the dude was killing the thing, man. The dude did not, he did his thing, man. I have to say, man, the word I just said, I'm very proud of this guy right here for coming back and doing it, man, because it's always that feeling when you do it, you're kind of like, man, it was, you know what, it was this and that, but I did. A lot of people is looking at you kind of like, I ain't doing that mess, you know? And the guy did it, man. I'm very happy that he's a part of Team Marco. He's probably one of the big things why the program's growing how it is, you know. And everybody on the team encouraged everybody to come and work out and train. We push each other, whatever. I know you've seen that. Right. You know, it was good to see everybody, you know, encouraging everybody, pushing, man. So I'm looking and excited for the future, what's going to become, you know, with this guy right here training with me.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate all that, man. I appreciate you consistently urging me and reminding me that, look, like you see what they're doing and you see the level they're at, but that doesn't mean you have to be there. No, man. Like reminding me that, you come in and you adjust as you can do it. Right. And like you having the confidence in me that I can find something for you to do. Yeah. Like I can mad scientist the exercise to modify it for you. Oh, yeah. And so if you know, not to make you feel comfortable, I'm still gonna challenge you. Yeah. But to make sure that you know you don't hurt yourself like that. So you know, you always had that little like think, man, I'm like I said, I'm gonna pass out or whatever. Yeah. But I have changed my diet. And I think I came in a little more confident. Yeah, you did, you know, man. I had the...
Wish I had that Stone Cold music. Man. I'm like, everybody looking like, man, Will come about to fight somebody.
Like I had gone to the doctor maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before, and I had lost some weight. See, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I was a little cocky. I wasn't even lie to you.
It's funny because when you walked in, Ashley was like, is that Will? Yeah. I was like, yeah. He said, has he been training with you? Yeah. I'm like, no, it's his first time. He said, dude lost a lot of weight. I said, it went from the last time. I'm like, yeah. She was like, he's like, okay. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, well, I appreciate that.
Had the headphones in. He was getting ready for like he about to go on the football field.
Dude. What the headphones and anything you saw on the outside was me trying to fool myself into sticking to it. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, for real. You know how you got to psych yourself up? Yeah. So that's what that was. That was me like saying, I'm not backing out this time. Gotcha. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to do my best. And if I embarrass myself or whatever, I will have embarrassed myself or whatever happens while I was doing it. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with however it turns out with me doing it versus not doing it and being like, man, I wish I had done that. Yeah. But I didn't want to look weak or I didn't want to look. Nah, I got to start somewhere. I got to do something. And so, I have been doing some walking and doing some things to help, you know, with the weight loss and the other health stuff that I got going on. Just trying to get back healthy, establish good habits. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, let me step out there a little bit more and see how it's going. And so I remember the first boot camp we had, but I also remember a workout that I came out to on the tennis court. Okay. You remember that? Yeah. And I think I flew the drone and I put you like a little clip, some clips together after a while. I remember that workout, a lot of your members saying, all right, we got to get you out here. We got to get you out here. Oh, yeah. But then, like, I didn't know them. Mm-hmm. So I said, they just want to see me make a fool of myself. Oh, no. They just want to see me come out here and you know what I'm saying, crash and burn. Yeah. It's all yeah. But I'm like, I don't know these people, so I don't know what their motive is. Right. You know what I'm saying? I know you. I know your cousin, so I know y'all. But everybody else, I'm like, they're new to me. Yeah. So, but just over the time, looking at the group chat and just seeing group event after group event, supporting after supporting, like I'm gonna tell you for real, the way y'all check in with each other like every day, like I got this to do with my kid today, not gonna make it, but can you sit up my spot? Can you do this and this and this? Right. Well, I'm stuck in traffic. I ain't gonna make. All right, no problem. And a lot of times y'all are like. The person will sometimes shoot back and say, but I'm going to get a run in, something. Or you'll be like, all right, well, do this, come to this. Yeah. it's just overwhelmingly supportive.
Yeah.
And that for me is big. Like staying connected to that mentality and that like that group togetherness. That's big. You know what I mean? So like I want to be part of that. You know what I mean? And it only makes sense that the next step is to join y'all in what y'all are doing instead of just observing and supporting you in one way. Yeah. Like I'm also gonna jump in and get some other benefits for myself. So it's it was fun. It was exciting to live after it and to be able to walk away and not have to be able to get carried away or whatever, because none of y'all were gonna carry me.
Nah.
So it would have taken all of y'all maybe.
I would have got you. I would have got you in that sled. I would have got you out somewhere.
That's funny. But
now we gotta try and encourage. Come on, we gotta encourage Seth to come down, man. Because Seth, the first time he said, "Well, we'll work out with you," I'm like, "No, he was behind the scenes." Yeah. I was like, because him and his brother work out a lot, whatever. Right. So I'm gonna say this on the podcast. Next person we need to encourage Seth and his brother to come.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the bike and stuff. I think he
bikes. Yeah. He does it. Yeah, he be doing a lot, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He used to train with me when I first was just getting like started, whatever. Right. It was him and his brother, and I used to tear them down, man. I used to tear them down, and I think they probably have like, you know how military have like flashback. He looks like he like, oh no, brother, like nah. Yeah. But I would say on their own, they're doing a good job, man.
Oh yeah,
doing a good job. You know what I mean? I think that whatever they're doing, man, it's working for them, and I'm happy at least that they're out there doing something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I told them, man, you gotta come out there and do at least one boot camp, man. One boot camp. You know what I mean? So hey, Seth, come out, man.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, I think I can say this with some confidence. If I could do it, you could do it.
There you go. I want you to say
you know what I'm saying? If I could do it, you could do it. So
he was like, say, dang, now I gotta go out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you out there riding around for miles and stuff like that. So hey, I don't think you had no problem.
No, man.
And all of us have our own limitations and our own things we gotta work around. But one thing I'm confident in is that's something that if we tell you, hey, look, my rotator cuff in my knee is bad. First of all, you're going to laugh at us because we said rotator cuff in my knee. Yeah. But you're going to help us out. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get us in the right direction. And you're like, all right, well, you go over here, you do that. And best believe, whatever we go do on the other side, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So, like, you're still challenging us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. But it's awesome. It's an awesome journey, awesome being part of the journey. And man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, nice, man, nice.
We're gonna keep this podcast going. Where my dad's at podcast, y'all know what it is. We ask the question where my dad's at, and then we say we right here, yo. That's what it is. Where my dad's at podcast. Check it out, YouTube. Check him out on the Instagram if you don't
Team
know.
757 Health and Fitness.
That's it.
Instagram, Facebook. Hit us up, man. Come check us out every Thursday here. Part 216. Thursday, 6 o'clock, but different time for this week's going to be at 10 a.m. If you want to stop by, pop in. I'll give you, for newbies that just want to look at it, whatever, put it across the screen right here. It's going to be $25 drop-in session. But you want to check it out, man. But after that, it's regular $150.
That's what's up. Y'all heard it. Where my dad's at. We right here, yo. Yeah, that's